Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Indigo here. I hope you're having a good day, good night, whatever time it is when you watch this video. Okay, so I said I was gonna take 3 days off, and I meditated and I walked around the house all day, very quiet. And something happened yesterday, and I don't know, I think I broke some type of curse or spell or whatever the fuck. Something happened yesterday. I don't know what the fuck happened. But anyways, so I'm a medium. Like, I talk to dead people. Like, I literally, my first experience well, I had a lot of experiences when I was younger. Like, I always could see, not orbs, but like figures. Like, I would see like literal figures of people. Sometimes they would be black, sometimes they would be white. Then I will always know when like people were gonna like pass away. Like, I always had dreams of people's like deaths and stuff. Or like if I came into contact with somebody, like if I looked into their eyes, like I could tell like if they would live a long time or like whatever the case may be. Or if like they would have some like tragic like passing. Then I went to a spiritual shop and I was driving back, and this was like when I was really going through like my spiritual awakening, like, and becoming aware that everything that I was experiencing was actually like real. Okay, I'm driving back from the spiritual store and I seen a cop pull over on the side of the road, and I didn't see the cop standing there. I seen a guy standing there. He was just looking down, and then I seen the cop get out the car, walk over there, and it was like traffic right there. Like, it was backed up. Like, so it was really meant for me to see it, because literally after I seen it, like everything just started moving smoothly, right? No free advertisement, let me cover that up. Anyways, so the cop walks over, he looks down, and then I noticed what he was looking at. It was a bag. It was like a body bag. Like, I literally seen it. And he like looks over, and then he like slowly walks back to his car, and he gets in his car, and then he turns his lights on, and I swear to God, like, I'm looking at this figure stare down at his body. And then when I looked back, once the cop turned his lights on, like, I looked back over, he was gone. Like, I didn't see him anymore. And I was like, and then at the time I was like living with my friend, and like we were roommates, and like her shit was haunted as fuck. Before that, I was staying with some friends, and their grandpa that passed away in the house was like literally telling me about how their dad thought I was hot. Like, so much crazy shit, right? With the spirit realm. Like, even like celebrities passed over. Like it's been an experience, and it's been something that I didn't really like look into, okay? Because like when I think about the occult, like, I'm on the light side of it, but like I do have like a darker nature when it comes to like finding peace within the darkness. I feel like it's my superpower, to be honest. And I feel like because I know because I have so much protection around me from the light. Like, I am one of those people that can go in the underworld and move some shit around or do whatever the fuck it is that is need to be done. And I remember Queen Cup saying, like, I don't remember what the topic was, but I just remember her saying, like, imagine like if you made the devil like your friend. Like, what if you could turn the devil into like light. Like, nobody's ever taken the time out to heal people who have things wrong with them. They just demonize them and like throw them in jail, and that's it, or whatever the case may be, right? And that really kind of made me think about the power in which I have. Like, I was in a relationship with somebody who definitely was of a possession, but the reason the relationship lasted so long is because there were layers that I got out of this person that nobody else honestly would have been able to get out of. Like, bringing enlightenment to the areas that nobody's ever acknowledged, right? That's my superpower. So Sagittarius has been heavy on my mind lately, okay? Heavy on my mind, Sagittarius energy has been, and for multiple reasons, but Ted Bundy is a Sagittarius. Ted Bundy has been somebody who, when I watched his documentary, his story, and then they made the movie with Zac Efron, and like I was really going through my spiritual awakening. It it's weird because I felt like this spiritual connection. Like, I'm just gonna share with y'all what's going on, because sometimes I'm like, this sounds so weird, but like I literally have to share it at this point. Like, I can't hide it, right? So watching it, Ted Bundy, spiritual connection, I'm really good at reading between the lines, and like I pick up on what makes people like damaged or traumatized, or what like hurts them. Like, I'm really sensitive to and empathetic, so it makes it easier for me to understand like people's feelings and stuff like that. And watching it, like, his multiple personalities were easily displayed to me. His awareness of his actions was easily displayed to me, but then I also could understand the coding of what he was saying. Like, it's like, okay, this really smart man, because he's really smart, right? He great in school, he knew pretty much everything about everything, and somebody that smart that spent that much time in the library, like, you definitely read some shit, right? So he would explain stuff in the interview or whatever, and I think I'm just gonna read to you guys what I wrote down, and then just tap in, so on and so forth, so I'm not just like because I'm like nervous right now. But anyways, Ted Bundy downloads, channeling. There is no light down here. My soul is stuck, but I'm happy because I still get to roam and read the books I never got a chance to. So this is me channeling Ted and him acknowledging that he's still here in spirit. Okay? The beast resides within us all. You have to be marked to tap in. So this is him acknowledging some type of marking that he received. Okay, I believe my points were sexual abuse, question mark, mother, question mark. Okay, getting to know him, because I do have, like, I'm very curious to know about his mother, because I really feel like there was some and I channeled from him too, like, there is definitely some grievances with his mother. Like, he's not, I didn't pull any tarot on this, I just did strictly channeling. And he's not like ready to talk about his mother and the situation. But he didn't say if I was wrong, and he didn't say if I was right. There would be some things that he would respond to, though. Okay, so getting to know him. Only one woman took the opportunity to. I hid well, but she seen my darkness and accepted it. So the woman that he ended up, like, actually having a child with and being in a relationship and didn't fucking murder her, I feel like this was the one woman in his life that looked beyond his good looks and his potential to be, you know, this very successful man. I feel like he was raised on the morals of, you know, you look good, you know, the family image, and, you know, you become successful, you provide, blah blah blah. Like, and I feel like with women, he could always tell, like, the type of women that were just after him because of, like, materialistic things. I feel like he was also an intuitive person. Like, I feel like he kind of had an ability of mind reading, and also being empathetic. But trickster spirit, shapeshifter, multiple personalities, tapped into mass pain and hide childhood trauma. He said, hell is cold like the skins of the women I killed. I wanted them to feel how I did, how my mother made me feel. This is the point where he acknowledges his mother. We can move on. Feeling sick to the stomach was a result of wanting to gain control over who he was, always needing attention, getting scared of him when he would be triggered was the thing that caused him to go into a fit. So this was him explaining to me that when women would see that switch on his face, because he, like, I've experienced this from someone too, like, especially if you're possessed, like, or you just have a spirit in you, whatever the case may be, right? There's a glitch, like, you change, you can see the other half of the person, and like, yeah, like, I feel like it takes a very special person to see something like that and not be like, what the fuck? He's also like very close to me right now. We've been talking all day, and we've talked like years prior to, like, this is deep. Okay. Clearing up. Oh, cleaning up was his ritual to reset himself back into Ted. So I feel like when, even in the movie, when they with Zac Efron, when they highlighted like him making breakfast and him like cleaning up and doing stuff like that was his like ritual to bring him back into Ted. So Ted was the guy everyone loved. Bundy was the monster. So I don't know if his last name comes from his mother or father, but that's very significant. That's something that I didn't look up. Hard to focus on house tasks without family. Had to be around people to get into character. So the fact that his girlfriend had like a child, like, he always wanted to be a father. I think he was, I don't know if he could have kids or if he was just scared of having his own kids, and I don't know if he actually had his own child, but I think I looked it up and it said that he had a child. I don't know if that's like the stepchild or like what that situation was. I heard a monster would be reborn. This is something he just said. Okay, had to be around people to get in character. So joining that family dynamic, it gave him a sense of structure. In his own family, there was no peace, there was no love there. So there really was no structure for him there. Which is why he spent a lot of time out and like in college, and would preferably stay on campus rather than staying at home with like mom or something, saving money and stuff like that. Psychology major led him to law, the occult. Too smart. I'm gonna close my windows because they're not closed and I feel like they need to be going on. I'm also wearing this dress again because fuck it. I also need something to drink. Okay, guys. This is like interesting to me too because it makes me think about like even people when they go to jail, like you go to jail, you don't really get seen by a therapist, a psychiatrist, like nobody's really trying to help you turn into a better human. Like they just label you a monster, and like granted, yeah, some people got shit going on, but like nobody ever, I don't think anybody's ever really tried to help. I feel like it's all like ritualistic as fuck because they know who these entities are, they know who these demons are, they know who these kings or queens are reborn into people. Okay, so they grasp a hold of their lives, right? And they control the fucking narrative. Anyways, so his psychology major led him to law. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I got. Okay, something about psychology and the law, the studyings, led him to the occult, or the acknowledgement of what the occult was. Okay, too smart not to be crazy. Like he understood so much that like it would say, like when they say like, oh, to be a billionaire, like you would have to be a little bit insane, like you would have to be able to think of things in a way that was completely fucking off kilter to how everybody else was thinking, right? I believe that. Too dumb to heal, not healing made me a devil. So it's like, even though he understood all the things that he did, he had some type of trouble mentally with figuring out how to use the knowledge that he learned to make progressive choices in his life. And I feel like somewhere along the lines, like, he just kind of got lost in the pain of what it is that he was experiencing. Also, the occult and the possession. I truly feel like this man was just reincarnated to do and be exactly who it was that he was. But there was like a balance, I feel like, between light and dark, because even when people would describe him before, like, you know, the murderers and stuff, people who didn't know him as a murderer, like, he worked on the suicide hotline, he was a fucking stepfather, a really great father to this child, like, stuff that he would do in the community, like, his passion for law and being a great lawyer, like, I don't know, I feel like there was an acceptance between the light and dark, but the dark was the calling. Like, he had to be the person to do what it is that he did, because nobody else would have been able to do it. Something about the killings is very ritualistic too. Each of these people and their families, okay, the family, the bloodline that they come from, but I don't know any of that, and I'm not trying to get sued, so we not even gonna go. We ain't talking about none of that until I get me a good lawyer team. You feel me? Anyways, so I was about to sage before I started channeling, and I couldn't find my lighter. Like, I literally couldn't find it. I looked everywhere on this table. This table is not that big. Like, I looked for it intensely, and I couldn't find it. And he told me that I needed to because I hadn't ate yet. And he's like, oh yeah, to channel this, like, you need to eat. You need to get up. And while I was in the kitchen getting my food ready, like, he was still channeling things with me. He was even, like, standing by me. Like, he made himself very apparent and clear in my energy. And the craziest part about it is that I literally truly felt calm and felt safe. Okay, there's something, because I'm like, he's never killed, I don't think he ever killed, he told me that he never killed anybody of color. There's some things that I've written down in here to express why, but we'll get to that. And being tough is definitely one of the reasons. But the lighter wasn't there. And then I sat down and the fucking lighter was just sitting right there. And it's like, I literally seen it. Like, I seen it come from out of whatever dimension that it went in. Because they just take it into another dimension and then they drop it off in your dimension. Like, it's fucking cool. But lighter, flame, obsession, fire sign, Sagittarius, right? He returned and found my lighter. He said, pretty girls with no souls, just like my mother. It was all a facade like me. Painted him out to be perfect to fit his mother's narrative. So his whole persona built off of being just this perfect, like, cool, like, guy. He feels that his mother put that pressure on him to be that way because of the absence of his father. Okay, something about incest too, because they said something about, you know, his mother being, his mother being him thinking that his mother was his sister, being told that I don't know if this is true, but this is something that I heard. Sexual intercourse with dead women fed the emptiness I received from my trauma. How Ted found healing through killing. Punishing his mother, aunt, family, friend, etc. ? They won't tell what happened to me. His mother's ideal husband, quote unquote. Everything his father wasn't. The complete opposite of who he would go for is who he wants. So even as far as his girlfriend was concerned, like she was actually a nurturer to him. Like, she actually nurtured him. She actually cared about him and was able to, like, get those feelings out of him in a healthy manner, but he was the demon. Like, he had to kill. Like, he just didn't want to kill her. It's like he wanted to protect her, which is why he stepped into her life with her and her child, which is what I was told. Easy prey, in quotations. Also, that's the reason why he's choosing me to share this with you guys. Like, there's a reason that his spirit has been connected to me, and I think it's because of the emotional feelings I experienced when watching his story. Okay, his spirit was around me when I was watching it. I think he clung to that way back when, because Ted Bundy, like, literally is always on my mind. Like, literally, I often think about Ted Bundy. Like, often. Okay, and it's like, oh, I wonder how Ted's doing. Like, it's weird as fuck. I don't know how to explain it. But, like, his energy doesn't, like, I literally feel calm and safe in his energy. Like, it's weird as fuck. And then we kind of talked about, like, shit that I've been going through. And, like, he's just kind of giving me the play on, like, you gotta know when you're dealing with the monster, or you gotta know when you're dealing with the bitch. Like, he didn't say it like that, but that's kind of what he meant. And then he kind of, well, he did kind of say it. Well, not Ted, but Bundy said it like that, okay? The ones that went with him were into it until he got into doing taboo things. The bite, okay? So his form of sexual expression with these women were of a lower grade because he wanted to degrade them, which was like his kink, his fetish. Which in a sense was innocent to Ted, but to Bundy, that was like the holy grail, you know. Powerless and inferior to men. How do you have no power and not be good at nurturing? You may as well be a man at this point. This is how he felt about women, okay? Specific women, like how I explained in the beginning, okay? Okay, I literally had to pause it because I literally heard a fucking door open, and like I felt somebody, like I felt a presence in here. And y'all know, like, motherfucker walked into my house before, so I had to make sure. And then I got up to go check, and he was like, he said, "Oh, don't worry, honey, it's just me. Like, I'm just letting you know I'm here." And I was like, Jesus, I hope that I'm not breaking any of the commandments. Okay. Anyways. Okay. Oh, also hard for him to hear the truth. Because that I'm on point. I'm pretty much, I'm on point with a lot of this. Okay. The neck and the spine were his favorite because of the connection to the brain. So this is his association back with psychology, okay? Spine equals consciousness and energy travel through the channels of the spine to awaken the chakras and reveal their hidden gifts. Energy harvesting, a dream of fixing himself. So essentially these encounters with these women on a spiritual level was an energy exchange, kind of like sacrificial, ritualistic kind of energy. But nothing too like, I was gonna say nothing too like crazy. I don't know. Okay. Ooh, we're deep into this, and like he has anxiety. The truth gives him anxiety, which is why healing is hard for him. I don't know how to say that was because like he still exists just in a different dimension. He spent his whole life having to mask who he was because his promise of protecting his mother as a good boy would do. So I feel like a good boy, like be a good boy, is something that she would say to him often, okay? And I feel like this is something that he would hear, like, even if sexual traumas that he experienced, okay? Memory loss, spells, and blood magic is significant in his life and his situation. Living out his dreams in an opposite way because he sold his soul or his mother took it. And of course, this is all theoretically speaking. I'm not accusing anybody of doing anything. This is just what I'm channeling from the spiritual realm. I'm not user discernment when listening to this information because that's all you can do, right? Sorry, the camera's like super dim and I can't really see myself. I think the lessening of light is like triggering me. It needs to be more light, especially when you do readings like this. He did really want, so he wants me to do a tarot reading, communicating with him and like maybe asking him a series of questions. But I was really eager and I wanted to study like things that I learned about watching him and things that I just were channeling from him. So this is a precursor to me actually doing the tarot video. Okay. He gave me very like specific instructions on, like, he told me what outfit he wants me to wear. He told me why he wants me to wear that outfit. He also was like giving me really encouraging advice to further my career and like adding this aspect of it to it, which I was very appreciative of. Yeah. So this is a message to his brother that he wanted me to share. I don't know if his brother is still alive or what the case may be, but my brother's inability to forgive me has affected his ability to live. People would be scared that he was my brother and shunned him. My brother was always scared, or my brother was always sweet and innocent, so I would bear the brunt for him. And then he says, "I'm sorry, Rich." He said, "I did everything I could do to protect him. I'm sorry I never told you the truth. I didn't properly get my point across. I'm sorry, Rich." So meal ticket is something that he quoted. Disappointing his mother on a grand scale was the biggest accomplishment. When he was asked about not showing emotion, he relayed his actions back into establishing that he is his own person and can act in the way he chooses to, after logically explaining why he acts. And I put acts in quotations because he was always programmed to be a certain type of way. Like, he never really truly got to be who he was. And I feel like they took away his innocence in a sense. And just kind of had a negative effect on him. Something was acknowledged here unknowingly, but I can see in his eyes that it's very personal for him. When they asked him, they asked him a question and he mentioned that he heard his mother cry, and that was a moment where he triggered laughter. But as someone who uses laughter to like mask their pain, I could tell that the laughter was like him being happy that she was crying and that she made him upset, and that was the outcome of the situation. Like, him in his Ted role of being his own lawyer was his expression of his innocence because of him just wanting to be a really good lawyer and being a really good lawyer. Bundy was very much so aware of his actions and didn't care in the sense of him being hurt and him acting out of pain, okay? Feeling misunderstood, like a rage to be perfect, and then people only accepting him when he was perfect, and when he wasn't, people didn't accept him, and that was very triggering for him. And these women reminded him of his mother. Okay, I paused the video at 6:49, and this is what 6:49 meant. Your angels are signaling to you that you need to get creative and start expressing your true self in a meaningful way. Ted was talking about how it's not about how people want him to act or how people feel that he should be acting. He's going to be exactly who it is that he is. Like, at the end of him expressing that, it was 6:49, and that number caught my eye when I paused it, because I paused it to write what I had wrote pre-handedly to this, and then I looked it up on Google, and that was what it meant. And then I paused it at 9:49. 49 became very prominent to me for some reason, but it led me into exploring the day he was killed. The day he was executed, the day of his birthday, and how old he was when he died. And those three numbers all added up to 666, thus confirming what I feel like he was reincarnated as. And I'm trying to learn the dark side of tarot so that I can properly relay those messages from a logical standpoint and not just an intuitive one. So you're gonna have to give me a little time on that. But I'm gonna have that video posted on the September 9th, because he wants me to post it on the 9th of the 9th month, because he feels that acquainting me in the spiritual realm is going to help him end a cycle of hiding from himself, hiding from the world, his feelings, how he feels about his actions and everything that it was that he was, okay? Which is I don't know what it's gonna do to his soul in the underworld, because I don't know what happens there, to be honest. But it's been made very apparent to me that it's important for this to take place. Pause at 9:49. You are on the right path towards becoming the best version of yourself. Let go of things that no longer serve you. This goes back into what I was just explaining. I believe Ted wanted to bring enlightenment to the world about how corrupt the system was. All the knowledge that he learned about law enforcement, he realized that it was all a fucking scam, and that he was literally making a fucking fool out of these people. But then also everything that he did with the cases literally forced law enforcement to fucking get smarter, okay, and up the ante on the bitch. Clearly it's him. Like, clearly it's him. And as long as he just keeps smiling and saying it's not, y'all are gonna fucking believe it. Which is the problem. Like, he's a white male, college, blah, 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 blah. Like, he's fucking tired of white people hiding under an umbrella. And, yeah, that's what he said to me. Anyways. And that's also why I heard, okay, whatever. Do you want me to say that? He said he would never hurt a person of color. He said that this was very deep. Like, this was karmic in a sense of heritage and bloodline. Okay? I believe Ted wanted to bring enlightenment to the world. Okay. He had light in him, but the darkness overtook him. When he was punished by his mother, she took away his freedom, and that was during this, that was, sorry, I wrote like 7 things on one line, and it's like that. Took his freedom, moment, okay. Okay, I don't know what the fuck I did there. And then I wrote down how I felt during the reading. I felt calm during this channeling. Moments of being funny. Moments of feeling pain slash ashamed. But overall acceptance for who he is. And that was really like what he was stressing to me about myself, is like to accept all of who I am. And I think that maybe that's also another reason why we connected. Okay. Like, he really gave me a pep talk, y'all. Like, and this isn't, he's not making excuses for what he did, but he does want people to understand why it took place. And overall, through tarot, like, what I've been learning about life and the world in general is that everything exists in tandem with one another. Like, you can't have the good without the bad. And when people like truly accept that and get back to the spiritual nature of certain things, I feel like it changes the energy of it. The energy of it overall, which can change the vibration of the planet. Yeah. And I'm not like, I don't condone murderers and serial killers or anything like that, but I do find that every soul has a purpose, and that I am someone who can uncover those purposes and those understandings because of my spiritual gifts and abilities. Okay? But in no way am I condoning sociopathic behavior. But I do condone finding out a formula that can get people help, okay? Or at least help people before they transition. Like, especially if you're going to get executed anyways, I feel like there needs to be some type of spiritual releasing. And maybe that's like people feel like, well, why should you do anything for them? That's their karma, blah, 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 blah. And I feel like because a lot of the people in the world who get punished and they don't receive help, that actually is the type of help that they need. I don't know. To me, it's a vibrational thing. And I reside and exist in love. Like, dead ass. I do. And me understanding, like, the importance of detachment, everything else under the sun. Like, I don't know. I'm just really balanced in this area. And I feel like this is just my area. And I can tap in with these energies, and I want to. So I'm going to do a tarot reading, channeling his energy live with the tarot, okay? Instead of the notes and the pre-discussions. And yeah, we're just going to keep it moving because I talk to dead people, and that's just what's going on here. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, please like it, especially if you stayed and watched the whole thing. Share it, subscribe to my channel, because your girl has been working hard and I want more subscribers. So subscribe to my channel and be supportive of me, because that would be just really nice. Okay, if you enjoyed this, let me know in the comments section below. Check out the description box for all of my personal information if you want to get a reading from me. If I'm not advertising medium readings, but I'm about to be, so yeah, stay on the lookout for that, and I will see you guys later. Bye.